David Gutierrez.
Yes.
And they're going to talk about enhancing multilingual projection of research outputs in Regnum Christi. I will hand it over to you, Mariana.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. Hi again, everyone. Thank you for being here and stay, of course. Well, I introduced myself earlier, so I'm Mariana Gonzalez, Research and Publication Coordinator in Anahuac University, which is one of the members of this network. So I'm here to present this work, and other participants, of course, are Dr. Narciso Acuña, which is my boss, Director of Research at MAYAV, and of course David Gutierrez from Elsevier, and also the support of Victor Azuara from Anahuac Online and Butli and all his team. The Regnum Christi Universities is a group of 15 higher education institutions. We have presence in these countries, 5 countries, and we share a Catholic identity with the mission to promote the integral education of our students. We have more than 90,000 students around the world. Maybe this number has changed already, and we attend more than 1 million learners in platforms such as CDX and Coursera. Okay. In this next slide, we want to highlight how Pure is transforming our research ecosystem. The first one since it was implemented in 2023, and one of the main reasons was the visibility of our universities and the capabilities. And we can see an insight of this increase in visibility just looking by the basic metrics of Google Analytics. Since we start to monitoring, you can see the change in those views and events, the interaction in the system. Of course, has transformed the way we manage the research inside the network. By now, it's the one and only repository for research activities and production and everything. And also has facilitated the transfer or the exchange of infrastructure and software, and even to find funding for projects. And without any doubt, has contributed to the development of projects like this one I'm presenting here. And since the last year, different institutions start to using as a tool for their evaluation process to integrate evidence for accreditation of their academic programs, of course, and also to respond to some government requirements in terms of research activities and the impact and the knowledge transfer to society. So we are start to using that for response to those needs. And as a result, more institutions are requesting right now more research profiles. I mean, different institutions start to request, I want to be in the system. So just to mention, this next month, we are planning to launch the new Pure portal and the community module. As mentioned earlier, we have 2 instances, one in Spain, and the other that groups those universities you can see in the lower part of the key. And of course, in this journey, a variety of needs had emerged. The first one, or a shared need, was the translated content. We have 3 official languages in the network: Spanish, English, and Italian. So we need to project all our information in that languages. So we know that Pure is a multilingual by design, but the content is filled by all the users. So it's a task that they want to assume, do the translation. And we need to remember that, oh, sorry. No, it's in the same one. Most of the journals are in English, leaving behind Latin American audiences and, of course, Italian. So it's an issue for us. And, well, we start to think how we can solve this. We dive into our capabilities as a network, and we identify Bootly as a strong solution, using the power of the Pure via API integration. So we plan this project to enhance the multilingual projection of research outputs by implementing API integration between Pure and Bootly for control AI-assisted metadata translation. What is Bootly? It's an AI-driven immersive learning platform developed and owned by Anahuac Online. They were gold medalists in 2024 by the QS Reimagine Education Awards. As far as I know, it's some kind of Oscars of education. In the category of best use of generative AI. By now, the current use of this development is for designing pedagogical approaches in higher education, and Anahuac Online also uses as in their graduate studies. These are some examples of the schools and institutions beyond the network. And Bootly also has the power to be customized. And for this project was customized to develop a multi-agent system trained for research translation. So in this image is the big picture of how it works, and three elements we can identify in all the process: the system integration via with Pure, then the Bootly agent configuration, and then back into Pure the information. So David is going to help me explain the first part, and then I go on.
Thank you. Okay, so we were at the EIC last year in Chicago when Mariana first came to me with this idea about how we could use the API to add translations on all the languages that they have. So from the Pure side, of course, this was doable because we can read the data, then we can send this to any translation service and then write the data back. So that was easy. We just had to configure the key, and then, well, of course, we need to use the schema just to write the information back to Pure. So the key here was to find a good translation service. So here's where Mariana and internally identified Bootly as an ally to perform this action. And we had some meetings with them. We were brainstorming about how this could work. At first as a pilot, as an just to test like the whole idea. Some other ideas were like, okay, we want this to be on demand, or we want to set this as a cron job that will be periodically translating content. And we also explained to Bodley about, well, we are talking about highly technical academic texts. So, of course, there's complexity in that. It's not just a translation. So that's when Bodley understood the challenge, and they made this proposal to make the approach on this multi-step process using 3 agents: an analyzer, a translator agent, and a reviewer, to ensure the quality of the result.
Okay, thank you, David. So yes, in more detail, the analyzer agents identify the academic domain and extracts the key technical terms. And this is important to understand the context of the research output. Then the translator agents generates a different option of the text using the LLM model, which select the most appropriate version. And the approach is the LLM-as-a-judge. This means that a higher level AI evaluates the translation and then selects the better one. And finally, the reviewer agent evaluates the translation using a series of quality checks. We use the MQA framework, which is a multidimensional quality metrics, a standardized framework used to evaluate the quality of translations, checking these elements. And finally, back to pure. So how we ensure or try to ensure the quality, Bodley test uses dataset of easy open access abstract from different subjects, and the LLMs these are the 2 models that Bodley uses to evaluate, Sonnet and Opus, and then apply the quality checks that you can see there. It's a strict evaluation, pass and fail. If any of these fails, well, the translation is dismissed and start again. And with this test that we use, Bodley achieved more than 70% of success rate. And as David explained, is one of prototype. This is a minimal viable solution for us. We are still working on that. We are waiting also for the comments and human experts to evaluate the translation using the same MQA framework. And we are not going to do the translation of all the research outputs. We are waiting for the universities ask for us to do that. And let me show you a quick test how it works. The multi-agent, this is inside Bodley. The multi-agent introduces itself, and Bodley requests a UUID. checks the field of knowledge of the subject to ensure the AI is used in the correct scientific context. Then once the context is clear, the translator agent starts a generation version in English or Spanish and Italian, but at the same time makes a quality check. Oh, the first one identifies what are the fields missed or present in every research output. And as you can see on the left upper corner, is showing the agent, and then send the translation, verify the technical terms, scientific formulas, acronyms, and are perfectly preserved, and then shows the quality analysis, and finally ask if we want to write back to pure. Yes. Sorry, it's in Spanish, but this is what it shows. Explains now the new fields in the research output, and muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Oh, good. And back in Pure, we can see that this is how it shows the original language, the translated language in Spanish, and you can see now the abstract in Spanish and in Italian too. Something happened with the title in Italian here. But the most important thing in this is that the users are informed and are encouraged to back to the original language for further details. This is only another way to reach more audiences inside the network and outside, of course. The future work of this, of course, we need further validation. We need to try with more subjects in different teams and knowledge areas, etc. And we're planning to expand the integration to projects and, of course, contents. We believe that this can upgrade or improve the search engine visibility with more content. Maybe the SEO will be better, so more people will visit the portal. And of course, to measure the real impact of this translation, we are planning to implement, in addition to Google Analytics, maybe Google Tag Manager. Let's see what happens if we can do that with the team of Elsevier. I don't know. We don't know if this is possible. Maybe integrate. What happened? Oh. Okay. Maybe integrate some softwares like for marketing to understand the behavior of the audiences, of the users in the portal, like Hotjar. Sorry for the change there. And yeah, explore more integration for API, using the API. Thank you to David. Thank you so much to Victor Azuara and his team of course, my university, and a special thanks to Elsevier for sponsoring the Tercer Encuentro de Investigadores de la RIU. It's going to happen the next month in Mérida. And that's it, if you have any questions. Oh.
Thank you so much.